Grand rising, grand arrival, grand return. Peace and blessings to the righteous and repentant alike. I am Sophia, Tayac of the AmaruKhan Band of Indians, and this is your daily Transmutation report where we practice manipulating the incoming rays to the earth in a format that best serves our Creator. Today is Thursday, October the 10th, 2024, 6 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, coming to you from the Sunshine State. We have our sun at 17 degrees of Libra. Our moon is at 13 degrees of Capricorn. We have a lot of energy going on. I'm not going to do all of it because, again, most of this stuff is repeating energy, but I'm going to point out a few things that we can keep an eye on today. We are out of our trine between Mars and Venus, so you should start to integrate a lot of that. We do have a lot of energy pointing at now at Jupiter because Jupiter has gone into retrograde. It has been moving so slow. I knew it was going into retrograde this week, and I totally forgot. So now everything is going back on retrograde, going back on Jupiter and saying, okay, did you get done what you were supposed to get done while you were direct? Let's evaluate your work. So we have a square still between Vesta and Jupiter. We have a trine between, it's exact between Juno and Jupiter. We have a in conjunct between Venus and Jupiter, and we still have this sextile between Chiron and Jupiter. So literally everything is like now looking at Jupiter like, okay, what did you get done while you were direct? So that's why it was so much Jupiter activations over the last few days, because it's getting ready to go retrograde. So this is the biggest energy of the day for sure. This Jupiter going to retrograde. You retrograde. So I will say this: retrograde is when planets are closer to the Earth. So that means they'll be able to see things closely and also make corrections closely. I thought retrograde meant that they were on vacation. No, retrograde just means now they're really, really close. Before they had a hand, but the hand was from, outside. Now the hand is from the inside, coming to work with you. So if you have Jupiter retrograde natally, let's keep an eye on what this time period actually does for us. And when it goes direct again, let's talk about it, because I do have this natally, and so I'd like to see how this actually shows up in my life, because I'm not really sure what it looks like. So that's just some information. We have a sextile between Saturn and the moon. Saturn, of course, is related to, or the moon is our emotions, intuition, and subconscious. Saturn is structure, discipline, and limitation. So that could be just taking a good look at our emotions, making sure they're in order. It's a flowing energy, so it's not a harsh aspect. It's a flowing aspect. So if you'd like a deeper look at the astrology, please, of course, contact your favorite astrologer for more in-depth explanation of what's happening in our astrological skies. All right, we're on the first quarter moon, 8.3 day old, 53.6% illumination, with a moon rise time of 2:39 p.m. and a moon set time of 12:45 a.m. on the next day, the 11th. Interesting. All right, so today is a one day. One day is new beginnings, assertiveness, ambition, and leadership. Calculations are courtesy of calendarnumerology.com. And just as it relates to the astrology, Jupiter is going retrograde. So this is a new beginning. This is a start of a literal new cycle with now Jupiter being retrograde. So that's, to me, deeply fascinating. Keep your eye on that. To see how that plays out. So we're starting a new cycle. So all that old cycle stuff is all done. It was all checked as of yesterday, and now we're moving into some new energy. So for our astrochirography North Sun sign decan, we are in 3 of Swords, which is internal liberation. Also our self-deletion card. You can best transmute this by utilizing the 3 of Wands, which is external gratitude, through the lens of the 7th house in Aries, which is to not be aggressive when cooperation is required. So we're looking out on whatever, and we're going to work with it. We're going to work within it. We're not going to try to work against it. We have to flow with the energy. We can't flow against the energy. That's really the best way to transmute this energy. Okay. So for our North Node decan, we are in Two of Wands, which is plans, travel, and new ideas. You can best transmute this by using the Two of Swords, which is solutions, difficulties, and indecisions. It's our intuition card through the lens of the first house in Libra, which is to find yourself in others and look for your balance. So use your intuition to find your balance. You're going to have to work with outside influences. Know which ones to work with. Don't just work with whoever comes to you. You make the decision on who you want to work with, who is good and who is not good. Okay. All right, so for our Tree of Life yearly progressions and predictions for our solar tree, we are in Venus energy, and the Venus energy is Eight of Swords, which is our natural disaster card. And this is overthinking, self-criticism, and entrapment. We can best transmute this through the Eight of Wands, which is travel, movement, and communication, through the lens of the ninth house in Gemini, which is learn how to properly use words and wisdom. We have to know when to hold them and know when to fold them. I've been saying that. That is true. Sometimes you gotta pick your stuff up and go, and sometimes you need to stay and defend yourself. Being that this card is now associated with natural disasters in my mind forever, if somebody tells you it's time to move out the way, 9 times out of 10 with this energy, it is the absolute truth. Sometimes it's not going to be true. You'll be able to tell based on the energy that's playing out. But for this energy right here, oh yeah, it's time to move on. For real, for real. So keep that in mind. All right. So for our lunar tree of life yearly progressions, we are in North Node energy, and that is the Fool, which is literally new beginnings and the start of a new journey. And that ties directly in with the astrology. And this is literally us as a baby. And you can best transmute this with the Wheel of Fortune, which is good fortune, karma or dharma, and luck. And you can transmute this through the lens of the second house of Libra, which is to prefer to work with others, don't want to care for self. You can't care for yourself anyway. You're a baby. Take all the help that the spirit realm can give you right now. They are very, very supportive in what we're trying to do and helping us get there, get to what we're trying to get to. You definitely want to listen to your spirit team and rely heavily on your spirit team. So if you enjoy this type of astrology content, please feel free to follow me on YouTube here, where my handle is Sophia Spiritualite. If you'd like a copy of our calendar for this month, including all of these slides, please go to our Patreon, the Schumann Mystery School. That's where you can find that information. Thank you so much for joining us for today's daily transmutation report. Peace and blessings, and we'll see you tomorrow.